If what is to become is still looming in my future, and it has not yet become, there is no reason to feel anything other than eager anticipation of the becoming, yes? Especially when you know that it's only a matter of vibrationally lining up with it. Have you ever yourself known that you wanted something that you haven't figured out how it's going to come, or when it's going to come, or where it's going to come from, or who's going to come with it? And instead of feeling eager anticipation, you felt disappointment. If you heard only from us the words, you are an eternally expanding being, and you will always be in the state of expansion, and therefore there is never a reason for you to feel anything except eagerness about that which is coming. If you heard that and understood it and did it, felt eager, then everything that life inspires you to want would come easily and quickly into your experience. And do you know, the only thing that slows it down is you feeling disappointed instead of eager, you being bummed out instead of anticipating a good thing. How is it that you come to feel sadness about something that is in the process of becoming before it has become? Why would you feel that way? What is the mindset within you that causes you to feel sadness or disappointment rather than eagerness and exhilaration? What are you thinking that makes that so? You must be thinking, this thing I want is not coming, or this thing I want cannot come, or this thing I want, I don't know how to bring it about. And we want to remind you that it's only those thoughts that keep it from coming. Only those thoughts. When you come to remember that everything that comes to you comes in response to your vibrational output, and your vibrational output is only in response to what you're thinking, and what you're feeling is always giving you feedback about what you're thinking and what your vibration is. Therefore, every time you feel an emotion that feels less than really, really good, you are offering a thought which is causing a vibration, which is affecting your point of attraction, which is keeping you from what you want temporarily. Everything that you're asking for is in the process of coming to you. And it is only your attention or your awareness that it has not come, or it is not coming fast enough, that slows it down. That gap between where you are standing right now in your physical form and that which you have expanded to because of your awareness here. Most of you are aware that you are more than this physical being that you see here in this body. You are source energy extended here. And the source energy part of you is clear and sure and excited about life. The source energy part of you is eager and knows its worthiness. The source energy part of you is the dominant part of you. The source energy part of you is that eternal part of you who has always been present in your experience, that eternal part of you that never ceases to be, that eternal part of you that law of attraction has been responding to forever. So that eternal part of you, that source energy part of you, that inner being part of you, projected a part of its attention or consciousness into the physical form that you know as you. And in doing so, expanded its awareness into a leading edge time-space reality, just as you wanted to do. So here you are, a part of your consciousness in this physical body, surrounded by contrast that causes you to constantly, and we're not kidding you about that, all day, every day, come to many conclusions at many levels of your being about what would be an improved experience. Choosing from that which is around you for that which would be an improvement. It's the nature of an expanding consciousness, of which we all are. So as life inspires within you this awareness of what would be an improvement, the source energy part of you focuses upon that idea of improvement and becomes it instantaneously, vibrationally. We want you to feel an exhilaration when we say to you that the source energy part of you that expresses itself through you, this physical being, when you in your physical form give birth to a new idea, that non-physical part of you rides that rocket of that new idea and embraces it fully, holds it completely. ask and it is given, meaning that when you in your physical form are inspired through the contrast to an awareness of something that would be an improvement, when you do that, the improved idea is fully embraced by source. That's the it is given part. You ask and it is given. But you in your physical form then must figure out a way to now become a vibrational match to what you've asked for. And you don't usually do that instantaneously. In other words, the blessed contrast inspired you to knowing what the improvement would be. But most of you are still standing over there in the contrast that made you long for the improvement. So your attention to what is, or your justification of how you need it. Isn't it true that when you are in this vibration of neediness, even though you might be able to eke out some response from those well-meaning people who want to help you out in your need, that when you beat that drum of neediness, even though you may get some dear hearts to respond to you, the thing that really happens is in your neediness, you block yourself from all of the abundance that is waiting for you in your vibrational escrow. Because what's waiting for you in your vibrational escrow, that which is being held in vibrational escrow by the source energy part of you, can only be accessed by you when you become a vibrational match to your vibrational escrow and to the source energy that is holding it for you in vibrational escrow. In other words, you just can't get there from there by focusing on there. You've got to turn toward where you want to be, and then you begin moving in that direction. You're saying, given what I'm living and giving these conditions and giving this contrast, this would be an improvement for me. And source says, you should know we will hold that vibrational thought for you. Not only will we hold it, we will become it. Now think about what that means. You're getting the sense, we're hearing many of you beginning to talk about law of attraction. As you get the sense of law of attraction, which says that which is likened to itself is drawn. Now think about this eternal being that has been vibrating and attracting unto itself long before you came forth into this physical body. Contemplate for just a moment what the attraction power to that vibration must be. Now think about you here in this physical body. And think about the things you're thinking about, and think about what that attraction power might be. Everything that you are hinges upon this, and we believe that you will hear it easily. The non-physical part of you is offering a vibration which law of attraction is responding to. It's a powerful vibration. Can you feel it? What you are thinking here in your physical time-space reality causes you to offer a vibration, and law of attraction is responding to it. So if law of attraction is responding to the two vibrational aspects of you, what must that feel like to you? Well, if you're thinking thoughts of love, then you're standing in the same place. And as law of attraction responds, you feel aligned, you feel elated, you feel exhilarated, you feel passion and eagerness. But if you are hateful or angry or disappointed, and that's the drum you're beating, and law of attraction is responding to that vibration, but who you really are is love and appreciation. As law of attraction responds to both vibrations, what it feels like to you is tension, and that's what negative emotion is. Negative emotion always means you are, by virtue of whatever you're giving your attention to, activating a vibration that is literally pulling you apart. Make sense to you? Now when you think about it, so here you are in your physical expression. Life causes you to want this. You want this. The source energy part of you becomes it. And literally, this is the thing we so want you to hear. Becomes it so powerfully that that current is calling you toward the fulfillment of it. And when you turn and go in the direction of the calling, and the reason that we are emphasizing this calling is because we want you to feel the difference between law of attraction responding to this powerful, very long vibration of the source energy part of you, as compared to law of attraction responding to the vibration of your thought here and now. Who you really are is a much more powerful vibration, which means this stream is flowing. This stream is flowing, and we love you very much. You must go. This stream is flowing, and you must go if you are to feel good at all. And if you go willingly, you feel great. And if you go reluctantly, you don't feel good. So what does answering the call of source mean? What would that mean? It means when you see someone and they are really a rotten person doing all kinds of bad things, and you, from your point of view, believe that, and you focus upon their wrongdoing, you don't go with your stream, because the source energy part of you, whether you like it or not, is looking for their positive aspects and finding them. That's correct. We're not looking at what you're looking at and liking at it. We're looking at something else. We are more selectively sifting the things that we focus upon. That is the way the universe expands. In other words, source energy is pure positive energy. Source energy always focuses upon that which is most in harmony with the well-being that is dominant in this universe. And when you get crossways of that, even though you certainly have the free will to do it, when you choose a thought that feels horrible to you, it means the same thing every time. The source within me is looking at it differently. And as long as I am insisting on looking at it this way, then I am using this as my excuse to not allow myself to be who I really am. So we want you to get a sense of this gap that happens as life causes you to want something that you're currently not vibrationally up to speed with. We want to call that the gap. In other words, when you notice you don't have enough money and you want more money, vibrationally you have a vibrational gap. You want this, but you're offering this. When you are sick, you want to be well. But if you are noticing that you are sick, there is a vibrational gap. You can look at where you are. In fact, you must look at where you are. In fact, some of all of that is of great advantage to you. But when you predominantly look at what is, then you predominantly offer a vibration about what is. Law of attraction answers that vibration about what is, and nothing changes for you. Where if you could do as your inner being does, when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. As soon as you get a whiff of the idea of what you do want, and you turn in the direction of what you do want, as you turn in the direction of what you do want and give that your undivided attention, now you begin to close the gap. And not only do you then receive the manifestation more quickly, but you enjoy moving in the direction of what you are wanting. And that, friends, may be the very most important thing that we will say to you all day. That's the part of this understanding, that it is our desire that you embrace most fully. You are an eternal being, and there will always be a gap. But if you are turned in the direction of closing it, you will be loving life. There will always be something more that you are expanding to. It's not lazy to allow the power of who you really are to dominate your experience. You did not come here to prove something. You came here to create. You came from an eager, hearty, worthy experience, wanting to apply that brilliance in this, the best of all leading edge time-space realities. Once you begin to listen to the way you feel, that you will feel a power in that listening, because in that listening there is direction, and in that direction there is quantifying your journey. There is then decisiveness that has an accuracy that will give you the results and consistency that you long for and deserve. When you travel from point A to point B using your navigational systems, it's not difficult for you because you understand the difference between where you are and where you are going. You understand the journey. You look at maps and you get it. You can tell that it's west and you know how far it is. And your logic helps you to understand, if I drive this many miles per hour and it's this far to go, can conclude that I can make this journey in a reasonable amount of time. And we want you to understand that you can do that with every journey. You can make every journey quantifiable. You can make the journey between not enough money to plenty of money understandable. You can make the journey from a disease that they say has no solution to full wellness if you make it quantifiable. You can make the journey from never having had a wonderful relationship to having a wonderful relationship once you make it quantifiable. And the way you make the journey, the closing of the gap between where you are and where you want to be quantifiable, is by understanding that the source energy part of you, hear this, already made the journey. And does it follow that everything that manifests must first be a thought? And when a thought has been thought upon long enough and with alignment, absent of resistance, it's a powerful thought that must manifest. The laws of the universe say that it is so. So when you have given thought to something and you don't believe it, the thought still exists because the inner being part of you believes it. The source energy part of you not only believes it, but is being it. Is being it. Law of attraction is responding to that beingness, and there is a current, there is a vortex, there is a calling, there is a suction of all things, including you, toward the fulfillment of what you are asking for.